Hi, I'm Wendy Dickinson with Ascend Coaching Solutions. I'd like to talk to you today about a common belief that I've run into as a coach to business owners, and that's the belief that it's weak to ask for help. How do you feel about that question? How easy is it for you to ask for help? I've been working with a client for about a year who realized that she had that belief that it was weak to ask for help. And it really got in the way. It got in the way of her personal life. It got in the way of her ability to lead within her business. And ultimately, it affected the profitability of her business. For her, it was a big deal. And the more that I have the opportunity to work with business owners, the more that I see that it's a big deal for a lot of us. There are a lot of times where we can look back in history and see times where people have asked for help or people have extended help and it's been accepted and it's gone really well. And then there are other times where we know that people haven't asked, it hasn't been offered, and it hasn't gone well. Let's take a deep dive into that. First of all, let's look at Mount Everest. What? Yes, Sir Edmund Hillary and his Sherpa Tenzing Norgay summited Mount Everest on May the 29th, 1953. Amazing, right? Why hadn't other people managed? How is it that it took that long? What made those two different? Well, I think we can say that there are a couple of things that made it different, those two different. Number one, it was a successful partnership. You see, what a lot of us don't know is that Sir Edmund Hillary actually fell into a crevasse as they were traversing up Mount Everest. Due to the quick thinking, and what I mean by that is the experience, the tools, the knowledge that Tenzing Norgay had, he saved Sir Edmund Hillary from hitting bottom in the crevasse. Because of his thinking, his actions, the two managed to summit. That's amazing. You know it had to take a lot of trust, right? It had to take trust. It had to take confidence in one another's experience and knowledge. And not only did he save his life, but Tenzing Norgay saved the expedition. And that totally changed the trajectory of both of their lives. That was a successful partnership. And that was a situation that was very drastic, obviously, but where the offer of help was extended and it was accepted. And it increased the success that both of them enjoyed throughout the rest of their lives. Let's look at a partnership, though, that hasn't gone quite as well or didn't go quite as well. Steve Ballmer and Bill Gates. Both had been at Microsoft in different capacities. Of course, Bill Gates was a co-founder, but both had worked alongside of each other for years. They knew each other. They were friends. They had a tight, solid relationship. But what was really challenging was that they had new roles and they didn't foresee that it would impact their relationship negatively. Well, you would think that they would have asked for help. You would think that they would take that risk. They would admit, look, this isn't working. Let's figure out what to do. But they didn't. And so what I would like to submit to you is, let's look at the costs. What are the costs of help not being extended or help not being asked for? Number one, it costs Microsoft their place in the market. Second of all, it costs these two their friendship. And lastly, we have no idea what the impact was on the entire company because they couldn't agree on the direction, they couldn't agree on strategy, execution, implementation, none of those things. That was an expensive relationship dissolution. Okay, but let's look at another one that's really successful, and that is Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Do you know that they have been together, working together for 19 years, and they still meet every week for 2 hours? Now, publicly, we know that their relationship has the ups and downs that all the other relationships in the world have. But they continue to learn from one another. They continue to work through whatever their differences and opinions are. They continue to rely on one another and trust one another within that shared goal, winning. So I mentioned my client. She has done a tremendous work looking at her beliefs around money, around success, around what it means to be weak and ask for help. And so this is a situation where I really believe we all need to be so aware of aware of our strengths and our weaknesses, our gifts, our blind spots, our sense of self-awareness, and where our gaps in knowledge are. And once we enjoy that sense of awareness, and if we also onboard a growth mindset and a sense of readiness, accepting that there are still things to learn, there are still things that we can do to learn and grow and develop and change, we are also developing our sense of resiliency. We're able to be the people we were created to be. And I believe a business coach is someone that can help, is someone who can be a trusted confidant, who can be your advisor, who can be your thought partner, your transformational agent, but also your driver of evolution. So let's take a page from Tom Brady's book and from Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, and let's all collectively decide that it's a strength to ask for help, that asking for help is such a gift that we can then, it allows us to find the path to live at the intersection of better life, better business. So I'm Wendy Dickinson with Ascend Coaching Solutions, and I'd like to offer you a complimentary 1 hour to get together and explore where your knowledge gaps are, where your blind spots are, and where you'd like to grow and learn and develop, and to see if we would be a good fit to work together with you as the business owner and me as your trusted advisor and business coach. Take care.